welcome back to Smithy Walks the Wales Coastal Path. Today it's Thursday the 30th of November 2023. My name's Smithy. I'm doing the Wales Coastal Path. I've done 18 stages so far. This will be stage number 19 and this is Porth Colmon, or just short of Porth Colmon, round to Aberdaron, right round the tip of the Colmon Peninsula, southwest corner. I finished here in the dark a few weeks ago. Had to torch it back to the car park. So it's meant to be about 14 miles today to Aberdaron. I've seen plenty of YouTube videos on this stage. Looks to be really nice. It's a cold day today. Baltic this morning when I was at the bus stop, but apparently it's going to be a balmy 6 degrees. So nice sunny day, even though it's cold, crisp one. Should get some nice views, looking forward to it. I've seen a good few other YouTube videos, people that have walked the Wales Coastal Path. Phil from Trails and Nails from Wales, Sarah Williams, Peter Halil, and I've got Webby's Walks, but he's still behind me. He's in Anglesey at the moment. Well, not at the moment, but that's where he reached the last time. So love watching all of those ones. Basically I do a lot of golf YouTube videos and golf courses, so I have to introduce myself the same way as I do on them. So let's go and see what it's got. Ladies and gentlemen, it's stage number 19 of the Wales Coastal Path from Porth Colmon to Aberdaron. On the walk from Kirkintilloch in Scotland, Smithy! Well, this is going to be a strange one starting off with. It's high tide at 9:45. It's about 9:15 in the morning just now. I can see a path going up the other side of the river here, so I'm going to see if I can make that. If not, I'm going to have to turn back and go inland for a wee bit. It's looking back, just come across the wee river, got my feet wet, but set of steps up here coming off, so I'm going to go up that way along the headland. Normally I'd walk along the beach there, but not much chance of that. Oh, good grief. Got a bit of scrambling, you can see the steps, but then there's a bit where you actually have to put your toes in and climb up. Not like me, I'm not flexible enough. Whoa. Well, I've managed to get myself back up on the coastal path, scrambling off the beach. That saved me a big walk back the way I came. The road I was walking along earlier this morning, it's way in there. And that's actually Porth Colmon itself, a few hundred yards along. This is Pinklick Beach. I said normally I'd be walking along the beach, but not at the moment. I start to reach Porth Colmon proper. I've got a steep descent here. I think it's just round about high tide at the moment. Look round, way back. I thought the paths would be not as muddy as the last time I did this walk. But they're really muddy. I'm having to take small, careful steps at the moment. I'm just descending into Porth Colmon as the lane comes up. Tiny little place. And that's about it. There's that one house here. I'm going to go down the bottom and round the side. And I like to look back, and then away in the distance where we were a few weeks ago, a couple of stages previous. That's Arrival, and you come up through there to go down to Nangwitheren. Right, let's crack on. And descending down Porth Colmon. Little fishing. Oh, people use it. We're right close to the sea just now, look at this. Look back, just going to walk across the bridge here. We'll go onto the camera. Whoops. Whoa. We look round, we're not going that way though. Up the hill we go. I just come through the Kissing Gate, and here's another really nice view. Not sure where I am at the moment. Sands is further down the coast. I'm hoping when I get there that the tidal will have gone out a bit so I can walk along the beach. Just coming up to another little cove. It's actually very difficult walking along holding the camera. I've got to use the poles because the paths are muddy, and a lot of times I'm using a grassy ridge instead, which is easier to walk on. And there's a look down, and the path goes in. Oh, we're going to drop down to there. Oh, it's a steep bit. to be a bit careful. We're heading ever southwards. Just having a look back. Another scenic there. The terrain is all up and down, quite muddy paths, a lot of bridges, a lot of steps, a lot of inlets to come up and down. Now we're heading off that way. Again, looking back. That's a rather nice scenic bit. Up and down, and treacherous paths again still. And there, I'll get up to the top. I've got a posse waiting up for me. Look at them, they mean trouble. Another inlet, a cove. Oh, it just looks stunning here. So the wave's still crashing against the rocks there. I'm going to have to go up to the left. We've got a few more up and downs in there, I think. I'm just having a look back at some of the really tricky walking. It's muddy and up and down. It's having to be really careful. Thank goodness for the poles today, couldn't do it without them. The path kind of goes along it's like almost like the side of a grassy cliff. So there's no danger from a steep drop. You're not going too near to the drop, but it's just more of a danger of falling. And this is Porth Back. Nice little place to stop in the summer, I think. The little path comes down. Bit of shingle. Oh, we're heading back up the way. Seems to be one beautiful cove after another coming round the side of this one, and you can tell if it was in the summer and you're prepared to put the wee bit of extra walk in, nice place to sit. I'm getting a bit annoyed because I can't actually walk with the camera, it's too dangerous in case I slip, so I'll try and do that a bit later on. I'm high up in the other side, and I look back where we've come from. A view of your rival in the background. You don't seem to be actually making much distance because the paths are zigzaggy, up and down, in and out. So I'm looking on the map thinking I should be much further down, but I'm not. And you come round another corner and there's a better view of Minute, the big hill there. And jutting out from away behind it, probably can't see it from here, is Bardsey Island. View up the coast. Should be coming to Whistling Sand soon, and hopefully we'll get a walk along the beach. I'm just about of a sit on the bench above Porth. Proper beach down there. A little campsite just up there on the left hand side. And again in the summer, not today. A bit on the cold side, too cold for me anyway. Just going to do the logistics for today while I'm having a wee break. I'm working last night and tonight, so I'm staying at the Travel Lodge in Bangor, so I can work from there in the evening. I would have stayed at Porth one, but it's double the price of the Bangor one. Not that much difference in time to drive. So I drove down to Porth this morning, getting 7:30 bus, number 8 bus, to Tudwelliog, and then I've got a 3.5 mile walk to the beach where I left off the last time. So I kind of got that wrong a wee bit. If anybody's doing it with public transport, what I should have done really is the last stage I should have stopped at near Tudwelliog and then started from there and put the extra shift in, because the bus services far more frequent to Tudwelliog than they are to, there's a place called Llanwanadal, but there's only about one bus a day, and I'd have been too late starting today, never got it finished in the daylight. So the plan is, when I get finished in Aberdaron, hopefully in daylight, there's a 17B bus, goes back to Porth where my car's parked at 10 to 4, and if I miss that one, so I've got to have a pint in Aberdaron, I'll have to get the 25 to 6 bus back to Porth. Oh, right. Oh, crack on. And here's Porth from behind. Not bad beach. Presume this is fairly busy in the summer, especially with a campsite not far from here. And another look at the beautiful Porth from the other side. I'm leaving it behind. As I'm getting closer to the southwest tip of the Llyn Peninsula, you can see the sandy beach there, that must be Whistling Sands. So we'll get a walk across there, looking forward to that for a change. Got a sun, where is it? Oh! Well, making our way down to the beach, bit of respite. Oh. They come out onto Whistling Sands. I'll soon find out if it's making any noise. Rather nice. I don't go over it at the far end, there's a cut off and I've got to walk up the hill. Oh, I'm going to walk along the beach now. First time I've been able to walk with the camera. Oh, I was going to do this stage a few weeks ago when I finished the previous stage. I was going to do it the following day, but it was really heavy overnight rain. Oh, and it would have been murder the next day. Fortunately it was thunder and lightning as well, which put me off. And this is one of the most remote stages in the Wales coastal path. And with all the heavy overnight rain, I think the path would have been nigh on impossible. Well, the plan is, I'm going to walk this stage today. Tomorrow, hopefully, will be fit enough to do from Aberdaron to Abersoch and go around the big beach at Hellsmouth. And after that, the weekend, Friday night, Llanberis. So I have a few beers in Llanberis. Saturday, I don't know where I'm staying yet, but I'll have a few beers in not Llanberis, but wherever I'm going to be staying. Look round the beach. Might fit in a game of golf. I've been off the golf course for a wee while with a back strain. So we'll see how that goes. But then on Monday I've been watching a lot of videos on Snowdon. I quite fancy a wee crack at Snowdon, but I don't like climbing. So it'll be the easy route for me, which would be the Llanberis Pass. There's no way I'm going anywhere near Cribgoch, no chance. Somebody else can do that, not me. I've got no balance with dodgy knees. All you need is to put your foot in the wrong place, it gives way, and Cribgoch, 3,000 feet down. Oh, thank you. Well, I can't hear any whistling from the sands. Meant to have a different consistency. It's lovely, and it's nice to be able to walk along without, you're not going to trip up or fall in the mud. I've only fallen once so far. Face first into the grass, fortunately not into the mud. A wee stumble. I'll come off at some point along here. I think that hut away in the distance. Get up to the left, I can't go right round the side. But we'll get the big hill at Minute Moor to come, and hopefully the grass is a bit drier up there. Last look round. I've just reached the end of Whistling Sands Beach now. and you can't go right to the end, you've got to cut off here at the National Trust bit. So I'll have a look back. Somebody would just tell me the reason it doesn't whistle in the winter, it's when the sand's all dry and cracked, so not today. What a lovely view. Well, after coming off the beach at Whistling Sands or Porth, that's where it came from, at the back there. That brings you back down to the headland. The one along the beach is closed. We're going to be out at the top of the headland. I'll have a view in a minute. And heading up towards the hill. I'm going to take a wee look at this rock here. So I'm sure I saw something in the guidebook saying about elephant rock, and it looks like an elephant lying down. I can see it now, if you can. The coast now. I'll now come to Minute Mare, the hill, it's the sun at the top. So we've got a steep rise. Apparently the signage isn't too great, but you just follow some white top posts for the Welsh coastal path. So we'll soon find out, but it's a steep one to start off with. Coming up the through the hill at Minute Mare. If I look over there, that's Aberdaron, the ferries bit, but I'm not going that way. I'll have to go way down the headland. If you look over the Llyn Peninsula, you can see the bit of Snowdonia, Yeraville, and you can see the sea at that side as well. Well, I'm high up on Minute Mare, the hill. That's the view. Still can't see Bardsey Island coming down that way. Oh, way back up the hill there. The guidebook says you could take the road and do the summit. You get great views from there, but I'm ending up a wee bit behind in time. It's taking me so long to walk the first part. The paths are far better up here in the hill, much drier. Oh, not far from the top of Minute Mare now. Oh geez, that's a steep climb up there. And it's a steep descent from back there. Oh, it's tough. Aberdaron's away over there. Oh, still heading up the way. Still not reached the top yet. Absolutely goosed. Look across, that's where I've come from. Look right across, you can see right back the Llyn Peninsula. And Aberdaron down there. At the top of Minute Mare. And now I get my first proper view of Bardsey Island. That is there. I can't see it, but the sun coming straight into my face. And then we're going to head that way and down the side. So this is down at the very southwest tip of the Llyn Peninsula. There's Bardsey Island over there. We're heading that way. Aberdaron's away around there. Hopefully I'll make it in time before getting the torch out. And this is around the south edge of the Llyn Peninsula. Backing up round there. And Aberdaron over there. Well, I've had to come off the Wales coastal path now. So I'm heading to Aberdaron on the road. I can't believe it, I'm walking for 6.5 hours. I'll probably still get a good couple of hours to get to Aberdaron. The going's been so tough today. It's meant to be 14 miles. No way I was going to make it in with the light, so I may as well just call it safer walking along the roads when it gets dark. It's far too dangerous. So I'm going to come back tomorrow. I'll get the bus to Aberdaron and then walk back out to where I was and complete the other 5 or 6 miles. So, no pub today. Catch you later. Well, this is me just resuming stage 19. The other day, last Thursday, 3 days ago, I came off the path. We have about 5 miles to go, and I was never going to make it to Aberdaron in the daylight. Going was so slow and treacherous, and there's no way you could walk in the coastal path in the dark. So I took the safe option and walked back along the country lanes, 2.5 miles plus back to Aberdaron. So I'm back here Sunday, towards Sunday lunchtime. Parked the car in Aberdaron, and again I'm walking back along the country lanes. So it's about 2.5 miles plus. I'm just going to turn to the left here, take me back onto the Wales coastal path in a minute. We'll get started again. So certainly for anybody that's walking in the winter hours, you've really got to be mindful of when it's going to get dark. You really do, unless you're wild camping, which, you know, in case you just set up camp obviously. But if you're not doing that, that's just not safe at all. You just get stranded out there, or even worse, fall over the cliff if you can't see. Well, I'm resuming on the Wales coastal path, doing stage 19 from Porth Colmon to Aberdaron, where I called it a day on Thursday. And I'm back here Sunday, what was it, 3rd of December 2023, and the going was really tough, and as I said, I had to call it a day. It was going to get dark, I didn't want to be stuck out here in the dark, so I've returned again. I get Bardsey Island in the background. Weather's been raining all morning. It's due to give away, or go away, it's just spitting at the moment. Right, so let's go and carry on with the path. This is one of the reasons why you call it off in the dark. You look at the terrain here, you can way up the side of the cliff face here, and there's no way you want to be walking that in the dark. That's just suicidal. So you can see where we're going. It's going to be a slog again today. Right, let's get cracking, get to that point in Aberdaron in 5 miles time or so. I'm looking down again at Bardsey Island. I've got to say that on the slopes of Mynethmoor there's loads of paths, and it's quite easy to take the wrong one. It's not the greatest of signposting, so you've got to keep an eye out for these ones that I'm just coming up to with the white tops on from a distance. But as I say, it's easy to take the wrong one. And here we go, rising up the side. Don't fancy doing that in the dark. I think as much as I suspected with the rain this morning. Again, the path is going to be a real slog, so you don't want to slip down somewhere like there. Take another view out to Bardsey Island. This is me making my way precariously down the slopes of Mynethmoor, and this will be the end of it. Where I made the mistake is once you come past the huts at the top, there's a series of stone steps down the way, and then there's what looks like a rather obvious big path to the left. So I took that one, but that is in fact the high road. If you carry on further down, then the low road's down there, so there should be a signpost there, I would imagine. So you take the lower path through along the cliffs. So, but they all meet up, but what it meant was it involved a wee bit of scrambling for me, which I'm too old for that. Knees aren't up to it. Anyway, let's get ourselves across in that direction. We're going across the south part of the Glyn Peninsula, and then we're going to turn up towards Aberdaron, which is on the, oh gosh, what's it, the east side of the Glyn Peninsula. I found quite a dry stretch along this part of the Glyn Peninsula. Bardsey Island still out there. I can actually walk and talk into the camera at this time. Sometimes it's a bit muddy, no can do, just got to stand still. But when I finished the other day, I come off, walked down into Aberdaron, had a pint while I was waiting for the bus, like you do. But what I found after that, my knee was in absolute agony. The stress, the strain coming down all these descents, taking little baby steps, especially coming down and then up to Smithy. It takes its toll. So that scuppered the walking for the next day. And again, when I'm looking over at Bardsey Island, a little further along, but this is fascinating, this bit, looking down. You get the rocks there, and there's just all the waves. There must be rocks all underneath there. You see all the little bit of white waves coming up there. Must be crashing against something. That's a view up to Aberdaron. Well, the finish is today. And if I do a panorama around, these are the hills the other day there. Oh, horrendous. Culminating in Smithy. The little postcard huts at the top, I know it's difficult to pick them out. But I keep going round. So I've just walked this morning. Got another look at Bardsey Island. And the lookout, and as we look back round, looking up the eastern side of the Glyn Peninsula, you see come out from Aberdaron over there, and then there'll be Hellsmouth Beach away up in the distance, but that'll be for another day. I made the descent down closer to the sea now. I'm going to be heading up Aberdaron in the distance there. Might get a walk along the beach later on. I'm getting a bit closer to Aberdaron now. As we're coming up here, these are the paths, and there's a lot of mud on them. So again, it's been quite tricky, slow going. Oh, got to be very, very careful where you put your feet in baby steps. Now, I don't know how to pronounce this one. It's Meudwy. I'm going for Porth Moedwi. And this is going to be a tester. Down the steps, down at the bottom, and then steep steps rising up. And with my dodgy knee, it'll give me an idea of whether it's going to be sensible to attempt the Clanberris Pass at Snowdon tomorrow. I think this is where you can get the boat out to Bardsey Island, not sure. Certainly can't walk around the beach to Aberdaron from here anyway. And this is me down at the Porth. I've come down the steps. I just met a guy who looks as if he looks after the Porth, and Porth Moedwi. That's the pronunciation I've got from him. And it is where the boat runs to Bardsey Island from here. And there's the walk I've got now. Whoa, we're going up the steps. Oh, deep joy. Yeah, I'm just looking back down now at Porth Moedwi. I come up it's quite steep up, but they put stone steps in there. So it's relatively easy, just take your time, no point busting the gut. It'd have been impossible if there weren't stone steps there, or the mud would just have made it. Now you can do it. And over there's the drop down I had. And I'll just quote Phil from Trails and Ales. I've come from over there, I'm going to over here. Apologies, Phil. Well, I'm nearly at Aberdaron now. In fact, I can see my car in the car park down there. And when I come round here, I was hoping to walk across the beach. I thought the tide would be a wee bit further out. I'm going to have the option of either going across the rocks there. I don't know if there's a path above the rocks to get to Aberdaron. Otherwise, The other option is the steep steps rising out and away across the top and then back down. Ah, I don't fancy that. We'll see. We'll get down there. I've just descended down to, this is called Porth, Smithy. This is a dilemma. Option 1, over the bridge, away up the steep steps up to the top and walk down into Aberdaron that way in the road. Option 2, Aberdaron's just round the corner there. Get a few hundred yards, go along the rocks. For a quick jump across the river. Well, it's not a jump, just a step actually. Option 3, I can wait 15 minutes for the tide to go out a wee bit further. Or I could just get my feet wet. Who knows? I'll tell you what it won't be. It won't be option 1. I'm not going up these steps. Ah, bugger that. Right, across we go. Now this is where you look for the optimum point to cross. Find if there's a wee stone in the middle, get myself across without mishap. And the best bit's just to come down where it, instead of being fast flowing there, it slows down a wee bit coming to the waves. So I'll just go across the shallower bit there. Feet wet time. Well, that's fun. Floating myself across the river without getting my feet too wet. Using the poles, different rocks are there. I could have waited a bit longer for the tide to go further out, but bit of excitement. So that was a bit of fun. Tide didn't go out far enough. So it was a scramble over the rocks. Oh, I'm too old for this. But I couldn't go any higher up because that's just all mud in the hill there. There's the beach down there. That's the finish of the walk now. I've reached the car park at Aberdaron. So I've had to do it over 2 days. This day's 19 from Pentlick Beach to Porth Colmon. Might be like 14 miles, but more like 14 and a half, 15. It's so tough going, especially down the west side of the Flint Peninsula. Took me to do 10 miles last Thursday, took me 6.5 hours running out of daylight. So I came back today for the remaining 5 miles or so. And the first part of it down in the south edge of the Flint Peninsula, where you're going along the fields etc. It's nice dry grassy stuff, so you can get a bit of speed on there. But once you come back up this cliff top path, Oh, it's just muddy everywhere, treacherous. So definitely not the right weather to do this part of the Wales coastal path. Find as I said, the first 10 miles the other day absolutely brutal, and then the last couple of miles today again brutal, but I had plenty of time today, so more enjoyable. It's very scenic, but as I said, most of the time the enjoyment gets taken away by trying to pick a proper path where you're going to go and not slip and slide in the mud. I said it is quite dangerous. I fell 2 or 3 times the other day, managed not to fall today. But yeah, that's the end of the stage today, stage number 19. So only remains to get myself off to the pub. Right, this is the pub we're going in at the end of the walk. I don't know how it's pronounced. Gwesti T Noyeth. Gwesti Tai Noyeth. Anyway, let's go in. I was in here the other day before I get the bus. Good pub. Right, here we are in the pub. This is Gwesti T Noyeth. And this is a pint of Cura Glassland. Yeah. Cheers everybody. Oh, that's the business. Purple Moose Brewery. Can't knock it. Brilliant place. Well, after stage 19 this year from Pencliff Beach or Porth Colmon, finishing in Aberdaron. I think that'll be the last one of the year. I'm going to leave it to the spring or more daylight hours, because the next stage is about 20 miles if I'm using public transport. I could have done it, attempted it tomorrow, but I'm not going to do that because I don't fancy standing at Pathelli bus station at 7 o'clock in a cold and frosty morning. No thank you. So as that's the last one of the year, I may as well celebrate with another pint in Aberdaron in the other pub. There's the ship in, so we'll go in and have a look. So this is the ship hotel here. Let's just get ourselves in for another pint then. Right, we're in a second pub in Aberdaron. This is the ship hotel, and this is going to be a pint of mimosa. It's a pale ale by Cura Glyn, and this is celebrating thanks to everybody that's watched any YouTube videos during the year. Cheers everybody. Oh, terrific. Catch you later.